this is a ni'mah from Allah for those to draw close to Sayyidina Muhammad. Means that's why it's not their hand but Allah's hand upon. Means that everything from this reality, when we train ourselves to be nothing, to be nothing, to be nothing, and train that to love the best of Allah's creation, in that absence of your nothingness you can reflect the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad. 124,000 reflections upon this earth. Any one of them that you are fortunate to find is a rope to Allah's Divinely Presence, and is a rope, an extension from the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad upon this earth. The Tariqah comes and teaches the adab. The Tariqah comes and teaches the adab that behave on how you're going to interact in the presence of the light of Sayyidina Muhammad. That whatever you do of wrong by yourself is one thing, but you don't do that wrong in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad's light. That's why the Tariqah comes and teaches adab. Means the adab is the whole secret of the way, because these are Ahbab and Nabi, they are reflecting the light of Sayyidina Muhammad. They are the inheritors of that holy hadith that you did your fard, and they approach through voluntary worship. And when they approach through voluntary worship, Allah opened, I will be the hearing in which you hear. Allah gave them their soul's hearing. They hear with Allah's qudrat and might. I'll be the seeing in which you see. They see with Allah's qudrat and might. I'll be the breath in which you breathe, the tongue in which you speak, the hands in which you touch. When you touch their hand, it's the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad upon, and what's Allah's promise? If Prophet is with you, know that I'm with Allah. Allah is with Prophet. That's why the bayna alladhina yubayyunaka ma yubayyun. Allah says, if you want me to be with you, be with Nabiyeen, Siddiqeen, Shuhada wa Saliheen. These are the best of company. So to come and teach. Why is it all the focus is adab? Because other people teach the usul. They're going to teach you the reality of the usul based on the adab and the manners. That's why the tariqahs come and teach, don't move. When they're talking, when reciting, don't move. The light of Sayyidina Muhammad is moving through them, that's the hadith. They see with what light? They look right into your heart, they know exactly all your issues. You don't have to talk to them a half an hour telling all your problems. The one who created you knows you. And that's why Allah Prophet warned, be careful of the Firasa. The Firasa from these awliyaullah, they see with the light of Allah from the hadith. They hear with what Allah wants them to hear, each to their daraj. There are big awliyaullah that what they're hearing is unimaginable. They can hear the scratching of an ant millions of miles away. They can hear not only from the earth, they can hear into the heavens, they can move beyond time and space. They're not limited to dunya, they can communicate beyond time and space with those who already have passed into the world of life. So then Allah open their hearing, open their seeing. With what type of qudra Allah give them to breathe. We talked in many other talks, but we always have to give a recap to bring everybody up to speed. They speak with the power of their breath that affects the soul of people. They don't speak to the mind of people. When Allah give them ijazah, their speech is an energy, and that energy moves into the soul and into the heart of that insan. And the qudra in which they breathe is the energy that's all around the environment. They breathe the energy of all the energy around. They breathe that energy in and they exhale that energy out. And then when Allah says, on the hand in which you're touching, means Allah give them a power. Allah give His subhan upon their hand, Tabarakalladhi biyadihi mulk. Allah says their yad has tabarak and blessing. Low level awliya, they have a tabarak. Means their hand is enough that wherever their life is blessing flowing through their hand. Because the hand, when Allah said, "My hand upon their hand," means Allah's hand and might is on their hand. What they write, what they pray, what they ask, what they move, Allah is a might upon that reality. That's why tabarak. Higher level, when their hand become more and more from that reality, Allah gives His subhan in Surah Al-Yasin, subhan alladhi bi. My subhan, glory be to the hand that carries that mulk, carries that reality, carries that izzah and might of Allah is what's available for Ummah Muhammad is unimaginable, unimaginable. These are not empty associations, these are loaded associations from realities. And then when Allah describes the feet in which you move, means the qadam as-sadiq, qadam al-haqq Sayyidina Muhammad is qadam as-sadiq, the big sadiqs. And that's why the turuqs come from the sadiqs. And from these sadiqs they become muqaddam. They don't move a step without Allah's permission. Whether people like it or they don't like it. They can scream all they want, you can't be here. When Allah says, you step, they step. They don't care. If it's a fire, they step into the fire, and Allah say, قُلْ يَا نَارُ كُونِي بَارْدًا وَسَلَامًا. They can step into a city and a state that on fire, and their step will put out the whole fire. They can step into a state that have not had water and sufficient rain for 10 years, within 1 year they make the whole state to be filled with water. This is the mulk. And Allah asks you in Surah Ar-Rahman, how many of the signs of Allah do you deny? How many signs you deny, how many signs people want? Means that no matter how many signs they say, hasad and jealousy of people block the miracle. Hasad blocks the miracle. When the heart is empty from hasad, it sees all the blessings of everything happening. But there's no hasad. It sees all the blessings of Allah. The hasad blocks it and sees nothing and only wants to complain. If the hasad in the heart, it doesn't see that those hands are the hands supported by Allah, that those eyes are the eyes supported by Allah, those ears are the ears supported by Allah, and so much so that Allah says, support their tongue. What kind of support is that when Allah grant them the lisan al-haqq and lisan al-sadiq? That with that tongue and with their speech, what things move with the izzah of Allah. Imagine when Prophet was speaking, what was happening? How the speech of truth, it shatters falsehood. Every false within somebody, when these ahlul haqaiq they speak, they're shattering everything false within people. If that pressure become too much for them and there's so much falsehood in them, they run and never come back. Why you see people running away? Because they're happy with the falsehood they have within them. And when the haqqaiq comes, and Allah describes when the haqq comes, the falsehood perishes. And falsehood by its nature is never anything. Zahuq, and Allah say, be shattered. So it means wherever al-haqqaiq move, people run and they give every excuse why they ran. Oh, this is a different tariqah, this is a different this is a… No. You wish to stay within your falsehood and your lies. And when the people of truth come, they're going to shatter all those lies. And they say, no, we're not happy with that, I like to live in my falsehood and my lies. And then Allah have you seen those who make their hawa and their desire their Lord? When there's no shaykh, everybody makes what they desire as their Rabb and they follow whatever their desires. It's not easy to follow ahlul haqaiq. They speak, you like, you don't like it, they don't care. They're not here for popularity, they come and go where Allah wants them to go. Their tongue when they speak, never rude, it's sweet and it's nice. Never we're talking rudeness, they don't talk with a tongue that's rude, they inherit the tongue of Prophet. What a love and what a mercy, but he was always truthful. People don't like what the truth is. And that's why we had the first tours, you can't handle the truth. Everybody wants the truth. Nobody can handle the truth. As soon as the truth comes, they'll find something wrong, everything is shattering within them and there's no comfort. Then imagine the qadam and the feet of truth. And then Allah described that if I dress all those senses, they become Rabbaniyoon. Rabbaniyoon is they're not Naqshbandi, they're not Qadri, they're Rabbaniyoon. Your Naqshbandi, your Qadri was for your school, that means nothing to Sayyidina Muhammad. What does it mean to Prophet? In the presence of Muhammadiyya, are you going to say, I'm Qadriya? I'm Naqshbandiyya? No, this is a school for you to learn your manners here. You don't talk about that school in their presence. Definitely not even in the presence of the shaykh, in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. Do you think that the Mawlana Shah Naqshband is sitting there in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad and everybody talking Naqshbandiyya, Naqshbandiyya, Naqshbandiyya? He said, don't mention my name here. Everything is Muhammadiyya. That name was for you down there to learn your adab. Once you learn your adab, what the title Allah gave to you? What Surah Al-Imran? That be Rabbaniyoon. You learn the kitab, you taught the kitab. So it means the turuqs, they're like a school. They come, teach you manner, teach you manner, teach you manner. At the time when you start to graduate and they say you're no more a child, you're inheriting this hadith. Allah's dressing you from hearing, dressing you from seeing, dressing you from speaking, giving a might and power into your hand. And you learn the book and you taught the book. Kitab, what's Kitabullah? Sayyidina Muhammad. There's no book up in the heavens. Allah doesn't have paper and we have smartphones. What, our technology is better than the heavens? Allah has old printing machine up there, the angels are printing papers, and then they gave us the good technology here. Kitab, the kitab of Allah is the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. Everything alam al-Qur'an, fadan khalaq al-insan. No time. When Allah alam al-Qur'an, when Allah taught all the realities, that reality became Kitabullah. That wherever Prophet walks on his soul is the book of Allah. Manzil al-Qur'an, the house of Holy Qur'an, this is the dressings of Laylatul Nisf Sha. This is the month of Sayyidina Muhammad. The womb, the arifin, the people who are trying to come with the shaykhs to reality, you have to know the reality, you have to know the destination. What are you asking for? So they're teaching, no Ya Rabbi, I want to be with Kitabullah, I want to be in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. And Awliya Kamil said, this is Manzil al-Qur'an. This is the house of the Holy Qur'an, is the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad. So what Allah meant by that, that they learned the book and they taught the book. Means their soul, their arwah, with their love, that you be with whom you love. They loved their shaykhs, the shaykh taught them, don't focus on me, learn adab from me, focus on Sayyidina Muhammad. Love Prophet more than you love yourself, and before you know it you find your soul in an ishq, moving on autopilot. Autopilot. You see yourself at every zikr, Rauza Sharif. If you haven't been to Madinatul Munawwara, Google Rauza Sharif, see yourself holding the bars and just, I'm not leaving Ya Sayyidi Ya Rasul Kareem until you nazar and your nazar fall upon me. With that love, the soul is autopilot. The soul knows exactly how to travel to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. Before you know it, you become ashaqi in love. That even the salawats you start to begin to cry. Why? Because when you trained your soul to be a Rauza Sharif, you begin to see it. Eyes closed, eyes open, it doesn't matter. If you're sitting there long enough, you don't think khuluq al-azim, the most beatific of creation's character, is not going to open the Rauza and say that you're standing here all this time. I'm going to look at you, I'm going to gaze upon you. When they see themselves, they see the gaze of Sayyidina Muhammad upon them. That light, when it gazes upon your soul, immediately pulls you into that heart, immediately pulls you into his heart. And he described to his holy companions, "You're my companions, but there are people that are coming in the last days that they love me and they've never seen me, and they would give all of themselves, all of their wealth for one glimpse of me." And Sahabi were astonished, and these are my Ahbab. So we have a title from Allah, not Naqshbandi, not Rabbani, not Qadri, not Rifai, but our title from Allah, Rabbaniyoon. And we have a title from Sayyidina Muhammad, all Sahih hadiths, that these are my Ahbab. And Sahabi became jealous. I thought, where are your lovers? I said, no, you're my Sahabi, you're with me, of course you're going to love me. You see me every day. They have not seen me. And they're struggling with all their wealth, with all their time, with all their love, everything that they endure of difficulty isn't noticed by Sayyidina Muhammad. And he granted us that title, Ya ma ahbab. They love me and I love them. That's the ticket to paradise. So our life was to be ahbab, to be lovers. When we love, the soul will move into the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad's heart. If it moves into the heart, that's manzil Qur'an. That is the location where Holy Qur'an is emanating from the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad for all of eternity. What they have on this earth is a furqan, is a manifestation. The real and the immense reality of Holy Qur'an is emanating from the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad. Awliya with their soul, they go into the heart of Prophet and they be dressed by Kitab, that book that not yet manifested upon this earth. Kitab is where alif and mim, there's nothing. It's the fountain spring of every reality is flowing from that reality. So means this journey of ours is into the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad. We pray that Allah give us an understanding to traverse that reality and to endure the testing and the difficulty, to come against all the tricks of the minds where Allah said, hold tight to the rope and tafarraq, la tafarraq. Don't make separations, don't say you're this and you're that, don't say you're with this and you're with that. Your mind is making these separations. The only real title that counts for Allah is the title He granted, be Rabbaniyoon. You learned the kitab, you taught the kitab. And the only title from Sayyidina Muhammad Ahbab, be my Ahbab, where you love me more than you love yourself. If I love you and you love me, that's all you need in life. If the love of Sayyidina Muhammad dress you, no person on this earth can like you or dislike you that mean anything for you. All that's necessary is the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Because humans, they're going to do many mistakes and do many bad things, and you'll be disappointed by humans. But the best of humans, the best of Allah's creation is Sayyidina Muhammad, which nobody been disappointed by that love, inshaAllah. We pray that Allah dress us from these lights of Nisf Sha, the realities of Nisf Sha, and that not to make differences and separations within the nafs and the brain, but take us, Ya Rabbi, to that reality and to that threshold and to the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha.